Alright, here we go, another lap guide, and this time we are on Dragon Trail Gardens. We're driving the Group 3 cars, and in this particular race you'll see that the MR cars, or the mid-engine cars, will dominate the qualifying boards. Mid-engine cars have amazing turn-in, which really helps in this track. They're slightly different to drive, so you need to get used to it a little bit, but I really recommend you put in a bit of time because they are absolutely awesome cars. And this track guide is with the Peugeot RCZ. First braking point is not really a braking point, but more of a turn-in point. So at this point, at the sign or at the shade, you lift and you might have to do a little bit of brake in order to get the turn-in. The goal is to get your wheels on the curbs here on the left, the black and white curbs, because like at many tracks it will pull the car around. Halfway through the corner you can slowly start accelerating and accelerate fully after the yellow signs have passed your screen. Next braking point is at the start of the curb or at the 100-meter mark, which is quite handy when you're behind some people in the race. Brake hard for a short time, trail brake into the corner, make use of the curbs. Straddle this curve so you can put your wheels left and right of the red sausage, but don't put your wheels on top of the sausage as it will throw the car around. If your line is right, you can accelerate after the first corner with the sausage curve and go full speed over the second corner with the sausage curve, but again make sure you don't touch the actual red sausage. Next braking point is well before the 100-meter mark. I use the cone, but of course in races the cones might be thrown out, so you can use the tree for example. Brake hard for a short time, trail brake into the corner, take this apex short and accelerate quickly out as you can. Be careful on the throttle there because many cars will throw the back out if you accelerate too quick. Now it's touching the curbs. Go in straight line. You don't have to lift here in most of the cars. As you can see here in the RCZ I did a tiny little lift. As soon as the sand starts on the left, I apply a tiny little brake just to get some cornering in the car. Go over the curbs. You don't have to brake anymore for the next corner, but you steer in halfway through the corner. The cone is a relatively good mark, but of course in the race that cone might be gone. I guess it's very much about flow here. So at the end of this video I'll show a full speed version and have a look at the flow there. The next set of corners are awesome to get right and horrible when you get them wrong. Brake at the dark spot on the red, but you can see that before I brake I already started steering. You need to hit the first corner, miss the second apex and hit the third and the fourth apex. When you do it well, you can accelerate fully between the second and the third apex. This is a very difficult set of corners to get right, and it really depends on how you get into the corner. So it's definitely one that needs a bit of practice. Next braking point is where the barrier turns orange. Brake hard for a short moment, turn in, trail brake into the corner, hit the apex, but don't hit it too much because it will upset the car. Go deep and accelerate out as quick as you can. Again, this is one where you want to go on the accelerator a bit carefully as the car might spin around easily. Alright, we need to have a look at full speed here in order to get a true sense of the flow of the track here. Very little braking in the first corner. Let it run. I can definitely get closer to the curbs and it would have helped me, so there's a bit more time to be won. Careful here, stay in third gear. In this car, in most cars actually I think, because it will just provide a smoother ride. Take straights in the shortest way possible. Brake hard. Be careful when you get on the throttle. This is where you'll see a lot of cars spin around in the race I think, especially Supras. main goal here is to stay as close to the left as possible, and now you want to stay as close as right to the possible in order to make this curve smooth. Hit the corners, hit the apex here. You can hit it more than what I did. And this curve doesn't throw you off, this one, so you can use it. At this track it's really important to have a smooth ride where the curbs don't unsettle the car much, but it's very difficult because you have to use the curbs in order to get a fast lap, I think. But during the race I would definitely stay off the curbs as much as I can, just to prevent spinning out. I think in the race you'll see quite a lot of people spin out. I've got some examples here where I spun out in order to get this quali lap. Best cars for the race, I think, are the mid-engine cars, so that will be the RCZ, the Renault, the Audi and the Porsche. The Supra is good, but it's a bit sketchy here, so when I drive this track on the limit with the Supra, I find myself spinning out too often. Yeah, boy. Make sure to like and subscribe if this track guide was useful to you. Awesome, so that's it. Lap guide for Dragon Trail Gardens. See you at the races, guys.